What's going on, guys? I don't know if you're watching this on the DLD After Dark YouTube channel, or if you're watching on the 76Tuesday podcast channel on YouTube, or if you're listening. I know you're listening to it on the 76Tuesday podcast show on all podcast platforms you can think of. We're on Spotify. We're on the Firearms Radio Network. We're on all kinds of stuff. We're doing a live show tonight with DLD After Dark. We are splitting it between his channel and my channel, so you can watch it on both, but you're definitely listening to it on our podcast on all the other platforms. If you want to, go check us out on 76Tuesday on YouTube, or like I said, all other podcast platforms. We're always on there. This show is brought to you by 4 Patriots Foods, which is now just 4patriots.com. They have really cool, all kinds of stuff. You go check it out. We'll talk about it here in a little bit. Also brought to you by North Coast Tactical and the Big Guy Holsters. Also brought to you by US Law Shield, where you can use our promo code BDGG to sign up. Yeah, that's it. So we're going to bring everybody else in and have a good show.
Yo.
What's up?
What's up, man? You know, funny thing, actually, at the event, your the North Coast Tactical holster was put to very good use.
Oh,
we'll
yeah?
talk about that too. Yeah.
We got Brandon with us. Brandon is usually on our show, and we basically had he doesn't have a camera. He doesn't own one, so we just got his voice tonight.
He doesn't believe in him, I heard.
Yeah, Brandon, what do you think?
Hey guys, how you doing?
Hey, dude.
So yeah, we couldn't. Josh has some family stuff going on, so we basically are doing this a little bit remotely. But yeah, it's going to be cool because we got everybody. We're doing it live. We got all this chat. We're not used to having chat on our show, so it's actually a lot different.
Look at all this.
Go ahead and
crazy, right?
Yeah, go ahead and throw people out there. Talk about them.
Yeah. So first this evening we had Johnny Propane, who, like, the moment that I activated the live stream, before we even went live, he jumped in there. Johnny on the spot. Yeah. So we got Johnny Propane. What's up, brother? We got Flying Rich out there as well. Flying Rich, what's up, brother? Slide Bite. Dang old Matt. Flying Rich had to come in on his other channel so he could pimp that too. You know, Rich.
Sure.
We got Gunmetal Guy USA. What's up, bro? BB Luminous, Dude Knowledge, one of the tactical turkeys. Those guys out there, they got an awesome channel. Check them out. I'm still getting over a little something, guys. So my voice isn't, perfect. So forgive me.
We were around a lot of people this weekend, so I'm sure we all got a little something.
Yeah, probably a little funky. I'm going to call it the machine gun funk. I think that's Slide Bite. What's up, brother? We got Z, also a channel member. Kurt 24, also a channel member. We got Fluffy Bunny Arsenal, channel member. Gort, another channel member. Let's see who else we got in here. The channel members. Zanty Misfit, what up? Let's see. John Crump Live. Good seeing you, bro. We were actually just chatting with you. And Mike McClune, Too Many Choices. All you guys out there, I don't want to take the thunder from these gentlemen, but all you guys, all the contributors, T for Tejas, I see you, bro. All the contributors, all the channel members, you guys rock. I appreciate you all being here. Nate, salute, good to see you. Joe Morris, Moose, JH, Bud Boomer. And he said P80 1911 win. Bro, 1911 80%ers have been around since way before Glocks. So, they're out there. Go get a Ghost gun.
My question is, with the chat and stuff, is it now, because we're doing it on both channels, the DLD After Dark channel and 76Tuesday podcast channel.
Yep.
Is it people from both that are in the chat, or is it just one?
Yep.
Really?
It'll be from both. Yep.
That's cool.
So some people may be from yours, some people may be from mine. So, and if you're responding to them, you can actually click to respond from just you or just me or both of us too. So so guys, we're doing what the Ghostbusters always said not to do. We're crossing the streams. Okay.
Yeah.
So there's a little bit of a learning curve with this. So bear with us. But so far, it's going great. We got 40 people.
But you do it all the time. You do it with the other channels all the time.
So it's a little bit easier because we're already all synced and we all have ownership access. This, we may have to kind of lean on each other a bit, but I love it. It's going great. 717, Anthony, what up? Good to see you guys. Rip Dango, good to see all y'all. Mark Tucka, Mobka, my guy. Bud Boomer, welcome. Joe Morris. Is that Dark or Sam Tripoli? It's me, I promise.
You
I
know
love
what?
Sam
Actually, that
Tripoli.
now that he says that, do what?
I said I love Sam Tripoli.
Yeah.
You kind of look like him now that he says that. Like I actually can see it. All you gotta do is wear a toboggan or one of those beanie things, and you would probably end
Yeah,
up
I
pretty
could
good, I
probably
think.
pass, yeah. Locro, you need to work on your relationship, brother. That's so DLD's logo looks like the toy in my wife's nightstand.
Oh, nice.
It's
Well,
yeah.
that's
It's a Kim light.
that's
It's a
probably
Kim
true.
light. Yeah, yeah, it's,
The bluey stick.
yeah, if
Oh
it
yeah, check it out. I got
shakes,
a bluey stick right here.
he did, and for the person that emailed me specifically requesting me to hold one of them, so that was one patch run that I did. That was the first patch run I ever did, and they will never be done again, and I saved one for one person who's actually in the chat right
Nice.
now, so shout out.
That's pretty awesome.
Shout out
We
to the
did patches,
team.
man, a long time ago, and we have like 800 of them at my house, and we were selling them at first, but then it got a hassle to like ship them out. So
Yep.
now every time we go to an event or like a public thing or whatever, like NRA annual meeting or the range or whatever, we usually take them with us and just hand them to people because it just got
Yeah.
too much to basically send them out. So
It's hard. It's hard. It's, for the most part, I gave them away until a lot of people had asked, like, "Hey, sell them on your website." But if I wasn't already personally shipping stuff out every single day, it'd be a huge hassle. Even sometimes when I do giveaways, like sometimes, sorry guys, they end up waiting like, like over a month to get their stuff. So my
yeah,
apologies,
dude,
guys.
it's hard. I mean, everybody's got to understand. If we did YouTube as a full time job, this would be no problem because you
Yeah,
have all week long to work on this or whatever. But that just don't happen. I mean, it's just people just got to understand that. I mean, as much time as we put into this, it's basically our free time that we put into this
yep,
because YouTube don't pay you nothing. Uh,
yep.
if we have some of the guys like for Patriots that are they pay us for ads and stuff like that, and of course
Hmm.
North Coast Tactical is something that I hawk because it's my idea and stuff.
Yep.
But US Law Shield they contribute to the channel and stuff like that, and I think
Nice.
that's about it. That's all we got right now. So
Yeah.
you have people that people ask us to do affiliate marketing all the time, and
Hmm.
I'll be honest with you, I don't even like affiliate marketing because think
Yeah.
about how many 1099s you have to deal with if you make anything off of
That's
those
true.
bond link stuff or any kind of affiliate link. It's just I don't know if people understand how it works or not, but it's very weird. And I see like shooting galleries in the chat. Like I see some of the YouTubers in here, Flying Rich and all that stuff. They probably know how it works, but I'll be
Yeah.
honest with you, I hate doing affiliate links and stuff like that. It's just too much hassle for me.
Yeah, yeah, it's a lot. I mean, and the other thing is like putting your name and reputation behind something, like you got to make sure that it's something that, well, like I think you guys are likely the same. Like it's something that trust, believe in, would use yourself. A lot of dudes,
Yeah,
man, I like I saw
they hawk everything.
everything just to make a buck,
Yeah.
and it's like, dude, why are you running around screaming "Olight" when you got a Surefire on your gun on your waist? Like, come on, dude,
Oh
come on.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
but
Actually, they've asked us a couple times, and
yeah,
where are we at? I can't remember where we at. We went somewhere, and what's up, Mr. Big Kid's in here.
yeah, man, he's a
So
guy.
basically, they've asked us, and we basically denied them because not only are they subpar, in my opinion, it's
Hmm.
just everybody is out to push it, and I think that's
Yeah,
not genuine.
yeah, yeah. I mean, and if there's people out there that do use, like for an example, Olights and use them and trust them, may have had great experiences with them. If they work with, that's cool. That's up to you. But it's just, let people live and do their own thing, y'all. Now it's unlikely, but let's just say there are some of my viewers out here. If they don't know who you are, Josh, let them know kind of who you are, what you do, and where they can find you. What's up, Mr. Big Kid?
Oh,
Great to see
I'm
you at the event, by the way.
yeah, we're going to talk about the event too. We're going to get to
Yeah, yeah.
that. So I'm Josh from Black Diamond Guns and Gear. I run a podcast. Me and Brandon and the other Josh, who is the partner on the channel, run a podcast
Mhm.
called 76 Tuesday podcast. And yeah, that's us. And if you want to check us out, go check it out. I'm not going to explain to you what we did. But, I mean, I think
Yeah.
you could probably get it. But
All
yeah,
freedom related.
76 Tuesday podcast and Black Diamond Guns of Gear. Yeah, we try to put the funny in the entertainment of it. You know, we're not very spec oriented, if you know what I'm trying to say. So,
Dude,
pretty much it's basically gun entertainment, in my opinion.
yeah. The funniest video that I saw of you guys, and I didn't see it until you posted it recently, was I think this was from the last IV88 range day of
Yeah,
you coming out the porta potty,
yeah,
and then
yeah.
like 5 or 6 other people coming out of it too. But was there like a hole cut in the other side, or did you guys actually squeeze in there?
No, we all squeezed in there. That was that was
God,
pretty challenging. You should see it was like so. I think it was one of the bigger ones that were in there, if I remember. It might have been a small. I think it was a smaller one because the bigger ones don't have the bench that goes all the way across and the hole in the middle.
yeah, yeah.
So when Opie goes in there, because I think he goes in there first, Opie, and then Liberty Bell Firearms, and let's see, who was it? Dakota Ray. When they go in there to make room for me and Josh, and of course, you know, I'm a big dude, and there's not a lot of room in those things. So when we all go in there, everybody's jumping up on top of that bench that holds the hole.
Oh my god.
So if that little bench would have given away and went in there,
They would have
that'd been a
literally
bad
been in
day.
some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was. And the thing was, we didn't even usually the stuff that yeah, that's funny. Usually the stuff that happens is usually not planned. It's all just like throwing it out there, seeing what sticks. And if somebody
Yeah.
wants to do it, cool. If not, then we think of something else. So
Like, yo, let's
just
do
so
this.
happened, yeah, just so happened they were willing to actually get in the porta potty with us and shove all in there.
Dude, that was good. I was impressed. I was like thinking, how in the hell I mean, it was like 5 or 6 people in there.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah,
impressive.
it was I think it was five. I think it was five of us in there.
5, yeah.
5 of us in a tiny little porta potty.
Yeah,
But
that
yeah,
was
we
good.
shoved it all in there and made it work. Brandon was holding the camera, so he couldn't get in there with us. But yeah,
I didn't want to go in there.
Were you filming?
Yeah.
There you go. You were involved. That counts.
Hey, shout out
Yeah.
to Drew Schmidt. He's a fan of ours.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah.
think he's viewing from your channel. Shout out to Drew Schmidt. Thanks for coming and hanging out. And it looks
Heck
like Gladys Field says, that would have been some shit.
yeah.
And then Mr. Big Kid says, there we go. Listening on both streams, dual credit. Thanks, brother. Appreciate
Heck
you.
yeah. That's
Blue
awesome.
shit. Yep. So the event. So what were your thoughts kind of, you know, now that you've had a day to wind down?
I'll be honest with you, like it's been a while because I didn't get to go last year. So I had a child and I kind of just stayed home and did the whole 3 months with him kind of deal. So
Mhm.
I didn't actually get to go, and I was actually really excited to go this year. And I thought it was going to be like same old, same old. But to be honest with you, every time we go before this, we would always go and do like a range day video and kind of. To me, I like seeing videos that are more of behind the scenes, that like what everybody's kind of doing, that kind of thing. I don't really care about. And maybe this is because we do it a lot, but I don't really care about the guns, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
To me, it's more or less about hanging out with everybody because I get to see people that I only get to see a couple times a year and maybe even once a year sometimes.
Yeah.
So to me, it was more or less about going and hanging out and stuff like that. And it usually is. And that's what our videos usually happen to be about.
Mhm.
But this year, man, it was different. I was like, we're not going to shoot a video. We're not going to do like a whole like cinematic range deal or whatever. So I was just like, let's just go down there. If we take our phones and we do some shorts, cool. If not, I ain't worried about it. So I did want to actually shoot a bunch of stuff because I hadn't been able to do it in a year or two or a year and a half or so. And so it was more fun because I actually got to just kind of lay back and just shoot the stuff and then talk to everybody. So I wasn't worried about like, interviewing anybody or doing any of that kind of stuff or worried about getting content or anything like that. So it was more or less just about hanging out, having fun. And I liked it a lot better this year, to be honest with you. And that was the reason why.
That's awesome. That's good. And that's kind of, I found myself too, like, so this was my first year. I missed last year because the whole hurricane thing. And I remember, when you had the little one and, had to take time, you chose to take time with your family, which is awesome. And I started to drive out there And not only did I have bald ass tires, but there was a literal hurricane, like raining like crazy. And anytime I went over 40 miles an hour, I was just hydroplaning like all over the road. I was like, dude,
Dang.
I'm going to die if I drive out there. So I turned around. I didn't make it, unfortunately, but this was my first year out there, and I kind of caught myself
Oh, this
too.
was your first year.
Yeah, yep, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought you'd been before.
No, I've been to like a lot of other events. Like I've been to SHOT several times, even prior to getting into like the YouTube world, content creation world. I've been to SHOT Show because from me working in the industry prior, as an ATF agent.
Yeah.
Just kidding. And
Everybody turns it off right now.
yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean my stuff literally like my brand literally says F the ATF, which by the way, there were a
Yeah.
couple people, like there was one company specifically, my business cards were stickers. And one of them had the little Pepe frog with nods and an AR, and it said build more guns. And the other one literally said F the ATF. And this guy we had a great conversation and talking about his products, and told him that I had a channel and whatnot. And he was like, well, let me get your information. And when I gave him my cards, he literally was like, no, thanks. I don't want them. And don't mention any of that F the ATF stuff when mentioning my company at all, because I don't want them coming after me. I was like, bro, first off, I don't represent your company at all, right? I'm not
Yeah.
going to bestow my thoughts, beliefs, or something on a business card sticker or whatever, like onto you. Like, come on, dude. It was frustrating because like I don't know. I guess it's really easy to just take a knee and bow down and say, like, Lord of the federal agents, please don't strike me down. I'm just going to play by your rules and not get in trouble. Look at all the people that played by the rules that are literally in jail, right? Like there is no way.
CRS
Like,
firearms.
CRS, right? You called for permission, right?
Literally talked about a thing.
Yeah.
Talked about it.
Yeah.
Didn't show it working. Didn't try to make it work. Literally talked about it on a video. And now he's got what, like 5 or 6 years or something like that?
5 years. Yep. He'll end up, all in all, it'll literally be like 43 and a half months ish. Of course, they're doing the appeal. I'm hopeful that something will change, but we'll see. But the reality is that like it doesn't matter if you play by the rules, right? If we play by their rules constantly change anyway, right? So
That's true.
it's I don't know.
But on the other hand, I want to throw this out there like that too. So if you're thinking about it and you are a content creator and you're putting all this stuff out there or whatever, of course, me personally, like I basically followed the rules or whatever,
Of course,
because everybody, I think,
that's why I don't like them, because I follow the rules.
well, yeah,
right.
That's what I'm saying. That's the difference between criminals and not. Like if you're a law-abiding citizen or whatever, you follow the rules, whatever.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to possibly have 10 years in prison and $150,000 fine or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So, but if you're a content creator, is it like, because it's gotten so hard? This is a question. I'm following this up with a question. So basically, if you are a content creator, you're putting yourself out there. You're putting this FATF. Yeah, I agree with you 100%.
Thanks, Carl.
But if you're and when I say but, it reminds me of people saying, well, I agree with guns, but.
Yeah.
But if you're a content creator, if you're a content creator and you're putting yourself out there, do you think it's even worth it nowadays as far as like doing YouTube and stuff like that? Because YouTube is against you, Instagram's against you. All these things that you're trying to accomplish, they're basically against you on it anyway. These other platforms like Rumble, and which Rumble's getting a little bigger now, but nobody goes there because everybody's on YouTube. And all the other ones like Utron's called something else now, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's called Player. Player.
All these other platforms, everybody's like, oh, why don't you go to a different platform? Okay, you're gonna go watch it on a different platform?
Yeah, almost no one does.
Yeah. So at this point, like, Is it worth it? In my opinion, I mean, is my question. Is it worth it
Yeah.
to you to still do this and to push it out there?
Yeah. I mean, and that's somebody that like if anyone is watching, like considering like, should I do this? Like, should I? And for some people, it may be like 6 months, a year or two of you feeling like you're just yelling into the void without many people watching you, and then just boom, your channel may take off, right? But like, it's something that on an individual basis, people may have to evaluate because like when I came into this and started doing what I was doing, especially when I started DLD hardware selling jigs, when the ATF was basically like, oh, a frame and a jig is a gun, right? And I know all these
Yeah,
companies that were selling polymer 80s together. Like when I was like, okay, I'm going to sell jigs, I knew that it was a possibility that the ATF would come after me, even though it's lawful. They're not regulated. It's totally legal. There's no laws like specifically just on jigs, right? And I also know that that doesn't matter because no matter what, if they don't like you and if they want, they're going to find a reason, right?
yeah,
So I just kind of had to make the call and say, like, okay, am I willing to dedicate potentially, possibly my life to getting the word out to other people to, like this is our version of like the fight, right?
yeah.
And yeah, it may be you may get in trouble over some bullshit. Like I promise you guys, CRS, first off, his speech was protected. So for anyone out there that's like, well, he poked the bear and he said that, but yeah, and you know what? His speech was protected, guys. He, regardless of what he said, as long as his speech was protected, I'll just say that. And
Yeah.
look at
So
where
what
he
Mr.
is
Big Kid
now.
said.
Oh no, I missed it.
He said it's worth it to me simply for the position or the passion and the fight.
See. Oh,
And then
there
he
you go. Yeah.
says,
Beautiful.
stick with it. It's worth the fight.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Which I'm not going anywhere. I'm just saying, as a new content creator, that's what I was trying to get at.
For sure. Yeah, yeah, for sure. It's I mean, it's something that has to be evaluated and reevaluated too. Like, okay, shit's getting kind of spicy out there, even for just basic shit. If you come out and publicly oppose, certain things, and we see it with, so now we have Google and we have YouTube, so Alphabet walking lockstep, hand in hand with the federal government, and you have like Instagram and Facebook and all these other companies that are essentially taking over the world that are literally, I mean, walking lockstep with the federal government. And by the way,
Yeah.
the federal government has all of your info, all of they can jump in
Oh
this
yeah.
little guy and watch you, listen to you, whatever. So like I
Ever
think
since 2001, it's been even worse.
yeah, yeah. So there's always an element of risk. You just kind of have to figure out is it worth it. And like Mr. Big Kid said, it's like yeah, for the passion and for lockstep. I think goose step would be a better term. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I
Let's
think
see. John said, what did he say? I just saw it. Where'd it go?
what we all have been blessed to be able to do, regardless of monetization, is incredible. The friends I've met, the places I've been, the experience I've had, all thanks to this industry. Yeah, totally agree. Yeah, we never would have
Yeah.
met if we weren't doing this.
Yeah, that's
You know,
true. I mean, think about all the fun times and stuff people have had, like getting together at the different events and stuff like that, and the people you're meeting and everything like that. Yeah, I
yeah.
agree with that.
These guys, the tactical turkeys, and if there are people that are here, like from 76 Tuesday, that have never heard of the tactical turkeys, these guys are effing awesome. These dudes, they have a channel. They in 1 year hit 200,000 subscribers. They're blowing up.
Really?
Yeah, they're like off the charts. One of their first videos that went crazy viral is pushing like 80 million views. Okay,
Dang.
and it's him dumping mag dumping a Barrett, 10 rounds, 50 BMG just on the shoulder. And it was like shared by like Tyrese, by like, all these like crazy, like celebrities, right? And it just like
Yeah.
blew up like crazy. And they're blowing up, and they know that they're regular men, everyday men with jobs and families and all that just happen to also do this on the side that are in the fight as well. And I say fight because I don't want anyone to think that I'm talking about actually fighting. I'm talking about having a voice, and
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I agree. I mean, it's Josh is sexy.
Oh, Crumpy,
I don't know
you
about all
dirty little man.
He said something up there earlier. He said, "I do it just to piss off somebody." What did he say? I do it just to piss off. What did he say that?
I do it just to piss off the ATF and Laura call for Taylor. Oh my God, leave the woman alone. That was the prosecutor from the CRS.
The one that tried to silence him.
Yeah. Yeah, she's interesting. Yeah. So when I headed out to IV88 to the range day, Crump was flying, and he was like, I don't want to have to deal with bringing a gun, but he's like me. He's like, he carries 23 and a half hours a day. So I was like, all right, I'll bring a Glock 43X with a Streamlight TLR 7 sub in my North Coast Tactical tuck holster. You know, got my little North Coast Tactical tuck wallet here. And I let him rock it while I rocked, a different gun. So, it's cool. Like,
so he tried my tuck holster then.
He did. He wore it all.
John, what'd you think about it? I know you're in there.
Yeah. He could probably jump on because he's got access. But yeah, I mean, he literally wore it all day, walking around in the Georgia heat. Y'all know how hot it was, sweaty as balls. I mean, literally, I had salt stains on my shirt.
Dude, the thing was, like, the temperature down there was the same, pretty much the same as Tennessee when we got back.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem was, I guess the humidity made it feel worse. So by the time we got back to Tennessee, dude, it felt great. Like 76 in Tennessee.
Oh, he does
is amazing. Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah, I forgot.
I didn't know that. Did I send him one, or did he buy it? I hope he didn't buy it.
I think he bought it. Yeah, I think he bought it. I'm not sure. Y'all should check in. Thank you, Crumpy. Appreciate you. Let's see. Johnny Propane. Tactical Turkeys vids made me want a bulletproof ball cap. They did a test of a bulletproof baseball cap, and dude, a 9mm round punched like 3 inches, and like it would have decimated whoever was
you've
wearing
been
that.
done.
Yeah, just totally donezo. It's crazy.
We got to take a second and thank our sponsor, Fort Patriots Food. So basically, guys, Fort Patriots Food has all this dry food and stuff like this, and they also have a ton of stuff on their website where they have generators, they have everything you can think of for preparedness. If you guys are interested in the dry food, go check out Fort Patriots. I know them as Fort Patriots Food because I think that's what they started out at. But now they have tons of other stuff on there. So go check out Fort Patriots. And if you want to save a little money on it, you can type in the code FRN for Firearms Radio Network, which is the network we are on. Go there and it'll save you, I think, 10% off your entire order. So go to Fort Patriots Food or fortpatriots.com and check them out because they got awesome stuff. This is like the third bag I've had of this before I had my sleep surgery. That's the reason why this isn't open. And
Nice.
they're great. So,
yeah, I need
this
to
is the American's finest mac and cheese. It is actually really good. And I add a little bit of salt to it, a little bit of pepper, and it's amazing.
Nice. Oh, yeah.
Have you ever had the dried food or anything like this before?
Yeah, not from them, but I do. I stash a bunch of that stuff too, just just to keep in the tuck. But I started getting back into. I got to look into them. I like that. I started getting back into gardening. It's just very limited because I don't have a lot of space nowadays. Hey, Erica, this is CRS's wife here.
Oh, what's up?
Good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah, I got a bunch of that stuff kind of stocked away for like, worst case scenario type shit. But what I would love to have is like, I want to go get the largest possible, plot of land that I can afford, and then just turn it into a sanctuary of, food and livestock, and build a freaking man-made lake and with a automated pump, and just go crazy with it. That way the land can give back to me and I can give back to the land.
I really do need to start some kind of
farms.
Say again?
Yeah. Oh, dude. Yeah, they got an awesome YouTube channel.
Who's that?
What's it called again, Brandon? What's the name of it?
Permapasture Farms.
Permapasture Farms. Okay.
They
They
got a-
basically teach you how to
like
live
homestead.
off the grid kind of deal. Homestead, yeah.
Hell yeah.
It's
That's
all
awesome.
about
John says he bought the hoster. John, I really appreciate your support, but I would have sent you one.
That's awesome. Grumpy's the man. Appreciate you, Crump. Appreciate the super chat as well. And Key ASC, so he's also a channel member. He contributed a bunch of channel memberships where you can like give them, like buy them and give them out to people randomly. And he bought a bunch of them, and I didn't see them because StreamYard and YouTube don't talk to each other well. So I didn't get to shout him out. So on the next stream, I shouted him out, and he left a comment saying, like, dude, I don't do this to get like, recognition. I do it to give back because I believe in what y'all are doing. And it's like, what? Hell yeah, man.
That's
You're
awesome.
the man. Yeah. Lots of awesome people in here.
Hey, Steve. Yeah,
Mr. Big Head said, yeah, what? Wait, Brandon, is that you? That's funny.
No, it's Be Lovely, son.
Be lovely.
Thanks, John. I appreciate it.
Yeah, geez, man.
Also, if you want to go to U.S. Law Shield, you can check them out. They're our actual lawyers through our court case we're going through right now with our neighbor. And yeah, they're awesome. U.S. Law Shield. You can use their promo code or use our promo code BDGG, or the link will be in the description below if you want to check it out that way. I'll be honest with you, U.S. Law Shield is probably one of the best things I've ever had, especially because now they're my lawyers in this court case. So I'm actually using them. I can tell you about them because they really do what they say they're going to do, and it's like an unlimited amount of money for a very small price of civil and criminal court. I really like U.S. Law Shield. So if you want to check them out, that would be awesome for us. Like I said, promo code's BDGG, and or link will be in the description below.
Hell yeah. Just like Black Diamond Guns and Gear.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a crazy thing. Like some people here may not know exactly what you're going through, and had you not had that level of protection, I could not even imagine what the price tag would be. You want to kind of hit on that? And
yeah, I can tell you what I paid up front. Like, so basically, I had a lawyer. So this is what's happening. So in case y'all don't, if you're coming from DLD's channel and not ours and don't really know what's going on, basically, I built a range in my not a range. I built a place to shoot in my backyard, basically, and I just so happened to film our videos there for a little bit. And we had a neighbor that we're literally not on like a small amount of land. Like we have a lot of land here, and she also has a lot of land. And basically, we're shooting, doing videos, and then basically they suing us over it, and because they don't like the noise, essentially, is what it is. Like, and they're acting like we do it every day, which we don't. But for everybody that's heard it, I don't want to go over it a whole lot. But basically, our neighbor's suing us because she don't like us having a YouTube channel and being able to have a reason to shoot, I guess, is basically what it is.
And
so, and because of that,
running a commercial range when clearly that's not the case.
It's just something to get into court over, is all it is. And in our area, we have the Range Protection Act and all that stuff, so we are protected. It's just taking court forever to actually take care of it, which is ridiculous because it happened almost 3 years ago. Actually, it is October now, so yeah, it's over 3 years ago.
3 years,
but yeah, nuts. It's crazy. It's not resolved yet. But in the beginning, so I had my own lawyer, and then after that, we did a GoFundMe because I was like, I can't afford this. So we did a GoFundMe. That money went to the lawyer too, and then after that, I was talking to U.S. Law Shield because we've been with it forever. I was a U.S. Law Shield member before we even had a YouTube channel, and then after they know we had a YouTube channel for a little bit, they were a sponsor of ours, and they've been a sponsor of ours for 4 or 5 years. And then after that, I started talking to him. I was like, look, man, this isn't necessarily a self-defense case because I didn't, do anything to anybody. But I was like, since we've been a really good, person of y'all's and have repped y'all from the time before we were a YouTube channel, would you take on the case? And they were like, yes, we absolutely will, because we think it's going against your Second Amendment right. So, I mean, if you have this company and you think that your Second Amendment rights are being violated, I think not only would they cover it, I don't think it has to be a self-defense case. I think if it's going against your Second Amendment rights, they want to cover it. So I would definitely check out U.S. Law Shield.
Dude, that's awesome that they're doing that. The fact that you're having to go through that, there is actual there's real estate law, and I know I mentioned this before, but there's real
Yeah.
estate law that protects you for you to be able to enjoy the highest and best use of your property. And if anybody gets in the way of you being able to have quiet enjoyment and the highest and best use of your property that is owned by you, or this also includes tenants, because tenancy is a different form of ownership, right? If you're unable to have quiet enjoyment and the highest and best use of your property, then your rights may be violated too. And I know you guys don't want to spend any more time in court, but I'm just saying that after this is all done, I would go after her ass and chew that ass up for
Well, see,
violating your
that's the
rights.
thing. You said quiet enjoyment, and that's the thing is that's what she's going after now. It wasn't like that in the beginning. The
There
beginning
there
was,
are there are restrictions around it though, but sorry, go ahead.
yeah,
Your quiet
but in the
enjoyment can't.
beginning, right, it can't conflict with other people's.
Yeah, and quiet enjoyment has limitations on time, right? That's why you can't file a noise complaint at 9:30 in the
Dude,
morning.
if you look at all of our videos, like we only were able to do, first of all, recording videos. I mean, and we don't have time to shoot all day long. Like we just don't. We have 40-hour jobs and stuff like that. We don't even have the money to shoot all day long. Let's put it out there like that. Um, so when we recorded videos, more than anything, it was probably on a Saturday. And we're not early risers. It's not like we do it early in the morning. I am respectful of my neighbors that live in earshot of me. We started around 11 or 12 or whatever, and we were done by 3 or 4 o'clock because we have a podcast that we have to do every Saturday also, because we only get usually one day a week that we can work on these things. So in that, now she's claiming, at first it was, well, he's running a commercial range because they do it so often. Well, first of all, we didn't do it that often, and it's not a commercial range because nobody paid us to come out here and shoot. And then now it's, well, I don't like the noise. So now they're going through this whole thing where they're doing a sound test for some reason, and so it's there's no noise ordinance out here, so I don't know what a sound test has anything to do with it. Although my lawyer's
It
like, I
shouldn't.
think it'll help your case because as far as she's away from you, like the decibels are going to be so low with everything that it should
Yeah,
prove your point that it's not loud. And I was like,
it should.
okay,
Yeah, and it should only be restricted by times, like we're saying. But sorry, I'm sending
yeah.
myself a video for us to pull up to be able to watch from range day. It should be able. Let me see if I'll be able to get it. It's saying it's too large. Hang on.
Oh yeah.
Let me try to work on this again.
I wanted to
But
talk about this thing right here and from range day. This was one of the coolest things that I have ever found. Well, not well
here
this year.
before sorry, real quick, just before we jump into it, Rip Dango, thank you for the super chat. He says, "Here's some love for the old tip jar. Appreciate you, brother. And also, PMags are the past. Lancer L5 AWM M4 mags are better and less expensive. Hardened steel lips, baby. Get some." What are your thoughts on that?
I think that I don't know. I think PMags are okay. I think that even people talk about like leaving them loaded and stuff like that.
Hmm.
I've never had a problem with mine after I've kept them loaded for a while or whatnot.
Yeah,
But obviously, steel is better than plastic, right? So I would say
yeah.
that that's probably better in my opinion. And Lancer's always made good mags.
So I've actually not had personally, I've actually not had very good luck with Lancer mags, and
Really?
yeah, and now these were the older ones that I think were all polymer, if I'm not mistaken. Damn it, it's still saying it's too big, bro. What the hell? I guess it's just too large to fit. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, that's what she said.
Push hard, it'll go. So the in the past, I have not had good luck with them. However, if some of my trusty viewers are saying that they trust, then maybe I'd be willing to give them a shot. So I'll give them a shot, guys.
I
For
mean,
you.
I don't have any around here. I did have some Duramax sitting up there on the shelf. I
Yeah,
like
I'll rock
Duramax too.
Duramax.
They're
Yeah,
pretty inexpensive. I mean, you can get a Duramax for $11 or whatever at the store usually.
yep. Yeah, I rock Duramax. They're good. I haven't. Do they have polymer mags, or are they just all aluminum?
No, their mag's all aluminum, and they got steel mags too.
Yeah,
They got steel
I think
mags.
they got some steel mags too.
Okay, I thought so. Oh my god! Of course, I can airdrop it to myself. Jiminy crickets! Why am I so silly, y'all? Let's see. Airdrop.
But
Boom.
the
Okay.
IV88 thing, man, in case everybody don't know what the IV88 shoot is, I mean, a lot of people in here that are YouTubers that are watching right now, of course, they know what it is. But everybody else, if they don't know what it is, if you're a content creator in this space of the gun world, Eric has put this on for the last 11 years, and it's basically I guess, like an in for people that are from every bit of, as small as creator you can get to the largest creator you can get. It's for everybody to come together and actually have fun shooting, and also get together. It's where you can meet with companies to do content if you want to do content and stuff like that. So I think he's done a really cool job, and it's gotten bigger and bigger every year, which is really cool.
Yeah.
Some people had some
I had a blast.
some people had some feels about it last year, because they said last year they had some people in there that were a little unsafe about it. But I think that comes with getting bigger, man. You're having more and more people come in there. I mean, what are you going to do, right? You just got to kind of bet it a little bit better. But I always have a blast when I go to them, man. And we went ever since we've had like 700 subscribers. I mean, we were nothing. I mean, we're still nothing, but you know what I mean? We're not,
You guys have,
Brandon Herrera or Kentucky Ballistics or anything like that. But,
Huh?
we went ever since we were younger. Do what?
You're not? No, I mean,
no.
look, dude,
I know I look like him and everything, but I'm not.
yeah, it's the hair. It's the hair. No, I mean, look,
Yeah.
the thing is, yeah, this beautiful flowing hair. No, the thing is like, I think over the past year or so, year and a half, there have been a lot of like breakout content creators that are newer and are growing. So there's so many people that have had the luxury of watching all others do in the past, right? They watch
Yeah.
them, they kind of study them, they see what they do, and then they do their own thing, and then boom, they blow up really quickly, and that's cool. Like no shade at all. Like I love individuality, but I also love, look, if you can take something that someone's done and elevate it and do it better, more power to you. Go do it. I'm just saying, like, I think it's a little bit easier nowadays for people to kind of get into some events like that, which just because they're a firearm related content creator doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to be as safe with firearms as somebody that's been doing it all their life. Like when I was at the firing line and I was watching people that were at the line that were just shooting static targets right next to the dudes that were swinging shotguns, shooting clays, dude, there were moments where I was like, someone's head is here, someone's right here, and they're swinging that shotgun, and I'm like, oh shit. Like,
well, see, before this year, they had it to where the tables, like the companies had their tables behind there, like they did this year, but their guns were on their tables. So when you went there to, look at their guns or whatever, you picked them up and walked them to the line to shoot them. And there was no tables there for it. I mean, there was a line, there was like a string there or whatever. And you're supposed to walk up to it. But what they did now this year was they eliminated that walk, that travel of that firearm to that line. So I think when you had somebody that might have, sweep somebody's leg or sweep somebody in another way, they've kind of eliminated that. They've always had their people take that magazine with them. Like somebody has to go up with them from that company to there and give them a magazine when they get up there. But it's still treat all firearms like they're loaded, right? And if you have somebody sweeping somebody on that walk, it could create a problem. So I think that's what people had a problem with last year. They had a couple of inexperienced people that were there, but I think they go as far as they can to try to fix that situation, and they try to always, I guess, make it always better. And this year, I thought it was better. I thought it had. Now, one thing that sucked was we had this guy. His name was Luke. Oh, you gonna watch it? Go ahead. Can you play it?
I just put it. I'll pull it up in a second.
Okay. We had this new friend of ours. His name is Lethal Luke on YouTube. He's
Go
probably
look him up if you haven't. The dude is awesome, and he's a super cool, humble guy too.
Absolutely, and he's a great shooter, man. He's such a fast guy. He's like
sub 1 second from concealment.
Dude, he's good. And he's a competition shooter and all that stuff. So go check out Lethal Luke. I'll probably have him on the podcast here soon. He was on twice before. So we'll have him on again. But he was there, and it was his first time doing an event like this. He walks up to the line. Of course, he's at CMMG because everybody wants to shoot the mutant and stuff like that.
Yep.
He wasn't the first person to shoot the mutant in the Mad Minute because they always do a Mad Minute. In case y'all don't know, and it's basically like the first thing. Everybody picks up a gun and just like throws it down range. Everybody at the entire range. It's awesome.
That's actually the video that I have right here.
Oh, cool. Okay. So
Yeah.
the Mad Minute happened, and Luke's up there. He said there was a guy that was beside him shooting a full auto 22 of CMMG. And so he was there, and I think he was shooting a 9mm. So he's letting it go, and I think this dude just like rips it out and lets it entire mag flow, and Luke catches every single shell like right in the middle of his arm.
I saw
and he got burnt up, dude. Huh?
So one went between his glasses too.
Oh yeah, man. He was burnt up. He had to go get some.
He had like
he had to go get some
like
and everything.
I swear to God, the welt on there was like that big. Like it was. I literally flicked out my knife and I was like, bro, here, take this and go take care of that thing. Yeah. He was like, dude, you're like the 10th person to do
that. And then he was kind of butthurt about it at first. He was like, man, he was real upset. And then I was like, you just got to jump back out there, man. Like, take it like a man, rub some dirt on it, get back out there and shoot some stuff.
Yeah, it just sucked that it happened like literally the first minute of the range day.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest with you, like it looked burnt like I've never seen burnt from shells before. So he must have got it pretty good.
Yeah. I have never seen. I think like when it fell, he may have gone like that or something. Something was. I have never seen a burn like that. I've seen a couple, right? But you want me to pull up the video of the Mad Minute now?
Yeah, throw it up there.
So this is the first salvo of like the whole thing, and unfortunately, one of Eric's close friends, his wife had literally just passed away like less than 2 weeks ago, and they dedicated they let him set off the cannon, which the cannon fire is what starts the hot range, and they dedicated it to his wife Marie. So shout out to you. That's a terrible thing, and it sucks to hear that, but it was cool that they got to celebrate her. All right, so this is the I kind of condensed it down. It's like 40 seconds, but let me know if you guys are getting audio. Let's see. I'll pull my mic here close.
It's just a huge line of people. Just like, I mean, the range is, I don't know how long the range is. It has to be like 100+ yards long, right?
Yeah, it's probably
just
100, like 110.
All those people lined up and letting it go. Like I think I got a pretty epic shot of it last year. Of course, there's always different vendors and stuff, but it was fun.
Yeah. I'm gonna bring it back to that cannon fire just one more time. Like that is so epic. All right, hang tight.
Boom! Yeah. It's so funny because you see everybody with their. Oh, that's cool. You see the dude giving a hug. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
You just see everybody with their phones. Do what?
That was the M60 going off.
Dude, everything there you can imagine. Like if you want to shoot it, it's there.
Yeah. All the pumpkins going off.
Yeah. They usually outdo themselves when it comes to the tannerite and the explosives and stuff. Like the last video I got of there, I had a drone that I took that year, and I got a crazy like intro to that entire video. It's on our YouTube channel if you want to go watch it. But the minute, what's it called? Mad Minute. It's probably one of the coolest things you'll ever see if you go to an event like that, which I don't know if they do that everywhere. I've been to a couple events where it hasn't happened, I guess.
Yeah. I don't see it happen all the time. I mean, sometimes some places, but Man, that shit was special. Like that was cool. And I think one of like from the event, there's always like, a couple things that you leave with that like you're like, okay, that was an experience that I'll like
Yeah.
never forget,
Oh,
And
yeah.
sometimes it's a picture, sometimes it's a movie, an experience, shooting or video, sometimes it's an experience like shooting a gun. But this time I took a picture that I think was probably one of the most memorable things I will ever have from any event.
That is amazing. That's awesome.
Isn't that the coolest effing so that's Danny Meeples, who is a, 3D developer, 3D CAD, 3D firearm CAD developer, and, he
Mhm.
develops launchers, 37 millimeter launchers, 26.5 millimeter launchers, magazines. He's been involved in tons and tons of different projects, and this was the sticker that he gave me. So I dropped it on a bunch of brass. Now, if you look, these guns are having the dog shit run out of them. Okay, so if you look at the brass, notice how they're not very brass like.
Yeah.
All the
Oh, yeah.
suppressed carbon fouling and all that shit. It's well, I don't know if your sponsors will like that. Sorry. But
No,
that,
no,
that's
it's fine. You say whatever we want on here. It's fine.
all right. Cool. Yeah. Yeah. But
But
yeah,
yeah,
love that.
dude, it's by far one of my favorite events. And what I thought was really cool. So Roy, who used to work for Brownells,
Yep.
doesn't work at Brownells anymore. But guess what? He came all the way from Iowa because he's like, I think this is one of the most important events that happens every year. So
Mhm.
I'm going to be here basically. And I
Yeah.
thought that was really cool. That just goes to show you like how people think of this event, basically.
Yeah.
Whether they're content creator or with other companies or whatever. Um, if if I can make it there, I will be there every year because it's definitely one of the coolest things.
Yep. Yeah. I'm gonna do everything I can to get there every single year. And although this was my first year, and 11 years without a significant incident, like a couple people, guys, there were some people that were shooting the pistol targets that were like 12
Yeah,
yards away with full power 5.56 and 308 rounds, and they
yeah,
were catching shit. So a couple people got, I mean, like
shrapnel.
literal little boo boos from it. But aside from that, there's never been a real incident at
Yeah,
at the event. So 11 years, that's impressive.
and that goes
Zochapa,
to the fact
Zochapa was there. The dude that shot
I saw
the,
it. Yeah,
you saw him.
I
He
Mhm.
shot,
saw I saw
was it
Rich's video.
75 pounds? Oh, did you? Sorry, go
Yeah.
ahead.
No, no, I was just saying I saw Rich's video and he was doing like a little tiny interview with him there or whatever,
Yep.
and he was talking about does he have a tattoo on his head or is that like the scar from where he got hit?
So it's a scar from when he got hit, and he got a tattoo over the area afterwards. I
That's
guess as a
awesome.
reminder. But so
That's pretty
I
cool.
ran past him and I saw him and I was like, "What's up, man?" He was like, "Hey, what's up?" I was like, "You healed up pretty nicely." He was like, "Thanks, man," and walked away. And I was like, I kind of wanted to chat with him and maybe but I don't know. I didn't want to get like you're saying. I didn't want to get so wrapped up in getting content that I wasn't
Yeah,
like there. You know,
yeah.
I wanted
We've
to
done that in the
participate.
past, and especially when you go like your first time, or if you're a smaller channel at the time that you go or whatever, it's really easy because I'll be honest with you, like when we first started out and we were going to these things or whatever when we had no subscribers and and people were still kind of like letting us go to things like John Pat. What there was a
Uh,
drone incident at one time, right? Oh yeah, so
uh,
that was an incident. I dropped a drone on somebody's truck and had to pay for their hood. Um,
oh
that
snap!
was that was that year, man. That was that year I had that cool footage. I thankfully I got the cool footage before it happened. But he was I think it was after we started to come back in, they did like another Mad Minute. They set off the cannon again, but I was really close to the cannon this time. Basically, when the cannon went off, the concussion destroyed my like camera or the gimbal system in it or something like that. Anyway,
Okay.
it made it started going haywire, flew straight up in the air, and I was like, I can't see the drone anymore. It went up so high. I was just like, I have no idea where it is. And then, of course, it disconnected from the controller that I had, and so I was just
Yep.
like looking for it in the air. And then we finally see it, start coming out, and I'm like, oh my god, I hope this doesn't hit anybody. So I'm kind of like watching it or whatever, and it starts going back away from the range. I'm like, okay, cool, it's going back away from the range. And then I'm like, oh no, it's going to hit a car. And so I see it just plummet to the earth, and it smacks the top of this like huge 2500 HD Dodge, and I just basically really surprisingly the thing isn't that heavy, but it just destroyed that guy's hood.
Yeah, and speaking of Roy, like Roy was standing over there, and we're just like watching the drone. It literally looked like a rocket coming out of the sky, and it just nailed the crap out of this dude's truck. And Roy just goes, "What the hell was that?" Like, he really scared the crap out of him.
Dude, that's
so
crazy.
funny.
Oh, and
It made
them.
And the thing was is that Roy wasn't that close to it. Like he was back there in the area, but he wasn't close to it, and it made such a huge thud that it scared him, and he was just like, yeah, it was kind of crazy.
Okay, Man Against the Masses. I'm not sure what this is or why this is supposed to be funny. I'm not so Man Against the Masses is our resident meme artist. Okay, so like he'll find stuff and you won't even realize it. Like you'll like make a face or something and he'll screenshot it, make it in like 30 seconds. He'll have a meme. I don't know why this is funny, but it says, "When I saw the hat." I don't know. Am I missing something? Is it? Do I just look like Hood or something? Is that what it is? Because that dude's got
I don't know.
finger tats.
I could see. I mean, I seen his hat kind of looks like yours, but other than that, I don't know.
Oh, it's my face.
Yeah,
let's say it's him.
Oh, it's you. Oh, well, then that's why it looks like you.
It's good. It's quality. He didn't even realize that you photoshopped him, man. That's impressive. You may have to explain it to me though. Yeah, Safety Harbor Firearms. He brought a 12.5-inch 50 BMG suppressed with subsonic 50 BMG rounds that were like, I swear to God, it sounded exactly like a subsonic 300 blackout or like it was nothing. So people were shooting the full power 50 BMG, literally blowing people's hats off like next to it.
Yeah.
And then somebody would shoot Safety Harbor's Waltz 50 and it was just like nothing. It was crazy.
Dude, Rich was telling me about that, and I was like, that is the one gun I want to shoot. And then by the time he told me about it, it was already done. He didn't have any more ammo.
Yeah, I didn't get to shoot it either. I there was one point where he pulled out a couple rounds and he was like, "You want to shoot it?" I was like, "Yeah," and then walked away. And then you know, that's how that event is. There's so much going on where like
there's so many people.
Yeah, it's hard. And like you're saying, the chaos of the firing line, right? Like I went up to somebody that was shooting and I just kind of started like taking video of just random people shooting just to get like good content. And man, I would just happen to be in the right spot and somebody let off that Stern Defense. Shout out to Stern Defense. They were like, and sorry, USA, I love you. And the the Stern Defense let me shoot their full auto 9mm takedown AR, which is nuts. I'm going to talk to them about getting one of those. Those are pretty nasty. And then Stern Defense also had a 45 ACP full auto AR. And I guess I got like within the right distance of it. And when the dude ripped off some rounds, literally every single piece of brass was like, and just like, it was just like somebody was taking a punch and a hammer on my camera lenses. And I was like, no, but you just get showered with brass and carbon and hot shit is hitting you. And it you know, it happens, you know?
Apparently, I guess Mr. Big Kid shot it.
I got you, CNT. Oh, you got to shoot it? Nice. Awesome. Yeah,
that's go ahead.
Sorry, I think there's a little delay. I promise I don't mean to keep interrupting you.
No, it's fine.
The 45 ACP like full auto AR, like micro takedown AR was actually really, really dope. I never would have thought to build one in 45. I would always think like, oh, 9mm Glock mags, like Colt SMG mags, Uzi mags, something up. But the 45 was fire. The only thing I'll say is that they have so many options for magazine conversion kits that they had a M&P 45 mag in there.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, man, you got to have more than, you know, like 14 or 15, 16 rounds or whatever it is.
So I have a story about that. So basically, I went up there to shoot their 9, or I went there to shoot anything they had. I was just wanted to see I wanted to see their detachable brace thing they had. And walked up to the line. They handed me my Glock 9 mag, right? So I went up there. I was kind of looking in all the things because I figured, they were all 9s is what I figured, because I saw the conversion thing on each mag well. And so I was like, okay. So I looked at it and I was like, okay, well, I'll just pick this one. So I picked it up,
You
went to shove the
shoved the
9 mil
9
mag in
mil
there.
in the 45.
Yeah, and it totally got stuck. And she was standing there. Of course, me, I was just like, I think maybe they think I know what I'm doing, which, I knew what I was doing. So I went up there and, put it in or whatever. And I was like, oh, it's stuck. And she walks up from the side. This is the lady I didn't talk to. I didn't know she worked there or not.
Mm-hmm.
She walks up from the side and I was trying to get it out because I shoved it in there pretty hard to make it see, right?
Yeah.
And so I was trying to get it out. I was like, oh, hold on, it's stuck. And I don't think she heard me say that. So I was trying to pull it out. And I think she thought I was trying to shove it in there harder.
Oh my God.
And she goes, no, let me do it. You don't know what you're doing. Let me do it. And I was just like, just set it down. I was like, okay, here. And so she continued to try to pull it out. And I was like, that's what I was trying to do, but okay. So she pulled it out. She was like, this is a 45. And I was like, okay. I was like, that's my mistake. I thought they were all 9s. And she was like, no, this one's a 45. And I was like, well, I wasn't trying to put it in there. I was trying to pull it out, and I thought, I don't know. It was really embarrassing to me because I was like, everybody was around me and she just started yelling at me like nothing. And I was just like, okay, I don't even want to shoot your stuff anymore. I just want to go over here and,
Dang.
get away from this booth as far as possible.
Did you get something? Oh, sorry.
Do what? Go ahead.
Did you get to shoot it, the 45 or the 9?
Yeah, I shot both of them anyway.
Oh, okay. Good for you. What were you saying?
I was going to say something similar happened to me last year, the year that Big Josh wasn't there. Was I was going up to Mean Arms to shoot one of their rifles, and I can't remember which one it was or anything like that, but it had something special with the mag release or something, and I couldn't figure out how to work it. And so I was holding the rifle with like I was gorilla gripping it. Is what the dude yelled at me for. He's like, "Don't gorilla grip my rifle," and I was like, "You were trying to show me how to work the mag release." And then, so I was like, "Okay." It's embarrassing.
I hate it.
Point stuff like
that.
Like,
I mean, they are
on purpose.
They are surrounded by a bunch of dudes that know what they're doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like Zoe Chapa, shot 75 pounds of tannerite like 13 feet away from him in his car.
Or if Black Rambo wants to come ever.
Yeah, dude, I would have expected him to be there. I've done videos of Black Rambo. He's come up to MD Arsenal. Shout out to MD Arsenal. Those guys out there. We do a lot of training out there. And hey, and Jay the Shooter. Jay the Shooter was there too. One of my neighbors, my guy. Dude, are you guys familiar with Jay?
No.
Dude, so Jay the Shooter is I'll hook you up. I'll give you his business info too. He helps people get their FFL, SOT,
cool.
702, help them, kind of get in the machine gun and the NFA game. And he's an awesome dude. He's got great content. I just do my best to copy his content, basically. Put some respect on Black Rambo's name if you haven't met him in person. Oh no, I've met him in person. I've done people just give him shit because he appears that he's a little.
I've never met him in person, and I can tell by his videos that a lot of the stuff he does, I wish he would do a little better. Is all I'm saying. Like there's a video recently of him, and it's probably the one that's making the rounds. And the video of him recently was him showing or letting a person, I don't know who it was, shoot a full auto something, and he did nothing to correct how he was standing so he wouldn't fall backwards and stuff like that. So it just, to me, it looked like maybe he should have showed him a little bit better how to do it, is all I'm saying. And to me, it was not necessarily that it was unsafe, it's just like he could have helped him a little more, is all I'm saying.
I've had good experiences with him. I think sometimes his videos may make people kind of think like I kind of had the same vibe originally. Initially, I was like, oh man, like some of the stuff kind of looks a little reckless, but he he's done really well, like safety wise. You know, he's super cautious and safe, and he actually. So when I first met him, um, I had a Glock 19X. I was at MD Arsenal, and I was shooting the 19X, and he came over and he was like, "Hey," I was like, "What's up?" He was like, "Shoot a real man's gun." I was like, I'm sorry?" And he was like, "Shoot a real man's gun." And I was like, "What are you talking about?" So I came over and he had an Atlas Athena that was like gold and like I mean, it was like probably an $8,000 handgun. And I was like, "Okay,
Yeah.
I'll check it out." So he made me sit there and actually like run through everything, and he was like, "Show me that you know how to use it, and then I'll let you shoot it." And I just kind of ran through the controls and all that, and I was like, "Oh, your slide stop isn't a slide stop, it's a gas pedal." And he was like, "Okay, you're good to go." He's like, "You know what you're doing." But yeah, he's you know, he's good, he's safe. It's just sometimes some of his videos may kind of appear that way, but he's a solid dude. He's a good shooter.
Well, I think that if it's that way, then you should show that on camera, man.
Oh, look
That's
at
all I'm
that.
saying.
He's gotten a lot better with safety. We converse about it a lot, actually. Okay. So
Good.
that's good. That's good. Yeah, no you know, no shade. You know, we're all from the same community here. But yeah, he's a good contact. I can introduce you guys too. Um yeah.
One other thing that I thought was really funny. So I did a video where I shot a 50, like a Barrett 50 or whatever, from the shoulder.
Mhm.
And of course, we're at Naughty After Dark, and where we're at, like, you can't physically see the burn, but it's literally like woods for hundreds of miles because this guy owns, like, 400 acres, 400,000 acres or some crap like that. And out in Sweetwater, Tennessee. Anyway, I
Mhm.
picked it up, let it rip or whatever, did the 10 rounds, and people in that video were just like, "Oh, well, I bet the neighbor felt that one," or whatever. And I'm just like, dude, you have no idea what you're talking about because there's literally like nothing for hundreds of thousands of miles out here because this guy owns all this land.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not only
And
that, it's also
and
rolling hills.
yeah, that. But I mean, it's totally safe. And Black Rambo did that video where he shot that 50, and everybody's talking about him like pulling it up and shooting it over the berm and stuff. And those people really don't know what's out there. Those people really
Yeah.
don't know if that's safe or not. Like, well, I'm saying the people that are commenting on it, he probably knows that, or the people that where he's shooting at probably knows that. But
Yeah.
the people that are giving him shade or giving him, talking shit about him, probably don't know that.
Yeah, you can
And
never really tell all the way, but like by just watching the video, you know.
yeah, but what I can tell is if he has somebody that's shooting full auto and they're literally like, and he could tell them to lean forward a little bit, is all I'm saying.
Yeah. Tactical Turkeys says, DLD, watch me whoop him with his own gun. This is true. I will say I was stacking bullets with that Athena. I'm gonna say I kind of like the Atlas Athena over almost all the STIs and staccatos that I've fired. I was impressed. But I'll also say, in dust with Tactical Turkeys, this is respect to all you guys, everyone else that was there, Guns and Butter, Black Rambo. I whooped all of y'all in the high point competition. No question. My shit was so tight. I'm just saying. And that was my first time ever shooting a high point in my life. Sorry.
Well, speaking of STIs and all that stuff and staccatos and all that junk, this is what I was going to show you what I thought was one of the coolest things I shot at the range all the entire time we were there. So I don't know if I could share, or you have to share that thing.
Oh yeah, this one here.
Yeah.
Boom.
So this is the 1911, the Platypus. This is from Stealth Arms. Gideon Optics actually had that out there, and they didn't have this one on it. This is the Alpha, but they had the one that looks like the Chichikon RSO, which is the Omega, right?
Yep, the Omega.
They had that one on top of that thing, and that thing is a 2011 that takes Glock mags. And I was absolutely floored by, that's something ever since they come out with the 2011 or the double stack 9mm for the 1911. I was like, dude, why do they not make something that takes Glock mags? Because that would be like the ultimate 2011, right? These people did it, and apparently the Stealth Arms Platypus is not a production thing. Apparently, like, it's only a custom deal or something like that, right?
Each one is custom. Yep.
Yeah. So I think this will probably be one of my next purchases if I don't get one for review and stuff.
So I will also say it's just funny because we were just chatting about tactical turkeys. So a little over a year ago, they were doing some CAD work because they do their own kind of really short kind of like production gun. They're like custom runs of their so like the T9C was a turkey gun, the T9F, and they do like these kind of custom guns, like very small batches. And they actually drew up a CAD design for a 2011 that took Glock mags, and they were like, let's kind of take a few runs. Let's do this with like just Glock stuff first. And then once we built a name for ourselves, then we'll come back. Because who's really going to buy this from us? And then these dudes come out and boom, blow up. They're like, "Fuck, we should have done this,"
Yeah.
you know. So shout out to them.
And it's super smooth, man. It's like butter. Like it's
Crazy
literally
smooth.
like a staccato, but it takes Glock mags. I mean, it's just it's that cool.
Yeah, I do. Man, I'm tempted to grab one too. I would definitely grab that. What is it? Perry the whatever that rainbow looking one is right there.
Oh yeah.
Can you click on it?
Oh, is it me? I can do that. Oh, it's on my thing, right? Yeah. Okay.
Who's ever
Sorry.
screen?
There it is.
Oh, that's maybe not as pretty as I thought. What's that purple one to the
It's
left?
basically like a teal color with an orange slide kind of deal. Kind of looks like a Miami Dolphins if you think of that kind of color. That's just like a purple and a kind of tungsten gray deal.
That's kind of cool. If I could get one like all chameleon,
black and gray, I like that one.
That looks good. Is that red writing?
Yeah,
that's pretty fire.
Now, what I think about this, I'm pretty sure this is like etched, like the one that they had there. Is all this stuff is etched in the actual slide and the grip itself.
Yeah,
I'm guessing that this is like Cerakoted into this before they Cerakote this a different color.
Probably.
But
the
it
other
would be
thing,
really cool if this was rubber and that was rubber. You know, that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, that'd be dope. That'd be dope. The other thing that they do, like, huge shout out to them. So with mounting optics on certain semi-auto handguns, it can actually be really difficult. And actually, just take us away for 1 second. Like companies like Strike Industries, they have super unique mounts that you can literally like. You can run an RMR on it. You can run a Doctor Cut RMSC or RMRCC, like whatever you want. Right? They got like a patent on like this like multi, and I have no affiliation with Strike or anything at all. It's just something that they've done really well. But it can be difficult because it's easy to can you get it in all blue? That'd be dope. Good to see you, Howard. The uh, mounting of optics can be very difficult. Well, what Stealth Arms did is they took the back of the slide and they took what typically would be either you'd have to add a plate or you would have to add a a conversion plate like from RMSC to RMR, or you can only be restricted to like the shield cut or RMSC cut or whatever. And then sometimes you could, like with Glocks for an example, if you're torquing down screws, you may end up torquing down a screw that could literally depress your extractor spring and cause some serious issues. So what they did is they machined it wider on the back to be wide enough for an RMR, and it gives you extra material to just grab and rack. Dude, they put so much thought into this. I was like blown away, and it takes Glock mags.
Yep.
So
that's the best part, man. 17 round Glock mags, dude. That's awesome.
Flying Rich to the super chat. Hey, not so big Josh. Yeah, you're looking good, man. You're looking slim. It's honestly, it's great to see you doing really well.
Yeah, I mean, I would. So this is the first time we've done a podcast in probably a couple weeks, and I don't think anybody knows this, but basically, people that were, oh man, I forgot we got to do our. I forgot that this is our podcast.
Yeah, it's your
or part of our podcast. But we usually got. So we have a number that y'all can call, or call and leave a text message. It's 1-615-567-3331. You can leave voicemails and texts, and we've had a couple guys like. That continuously texts all the time, like Drew Smith is one of the guys. He does it all the time. He sends us texts and voicemails and stuff.
Say the
you can leave a voicemail. 1-615-567-3331. So you can leave a voicemail or a text or pictures or whatever y'all want to do. But yeah, so we usually talk. We usually do those voicemails and texts at the end of the show or whatever, and we will read your texts and stuff out loud, answer your questions, or play your voicemails on the air. There you go. So, but what I was going to say was, so because of that, nobody knows I've had the surgery, and unless you've watched my vlog channel, which is Josh Vlog 223. So basically, I had
we discussed it on my channel too. That's last
right.
week. Yep.
But I haven't been doing any videos or anything like that on my channel at all. So in case y'all didn't know, I had sleeve surgery. It's on the vlog channel. I'll probably put up more about it later on. But yeah, I had sleeve surgery, and it's been about a month out. I lost about almost 50 pounds. So definitely different. It's all definitely worth it. And yeah, the first 2 weeks I was just like, I hate this. Why'd you let me do this? Talking to my wife, and she's just like, well, you're the one to do it. But I did it for my family, dude. I want to be here longer for my kids. My dad died at 60, and he had a bunch of problems because of his overweightness and stuff like that, and he had diabetes and heart problems and all that stuff from being overweight. And I think it's funny because I sell a holster for bigger guys. But the thing is that with that holster, it can adjust for people when they lose weight, which is really cool.
Yeah.
And it is for big dudes because I am still a big guy, and I will probably always be a bigger guy.
But big doesn't necessarily mean unhealthy either,
right? Yeah. I'll be honest with you. There's smaller guys out there that wear this thing because it goes smaller and it goes down their waist further. They don't want something that sticks up so far. So it's there for a reason. That the design is there because I was originally had problems and still do have problems with carrying an appendix. So the design is there for the tuck holster. If you want to go check that out, it's a North Coast Tactical.
Yeah, definitely a plug for that. Mine's in my bag because I had brought it so Crump could use it. But dude, I love the tuck holster. I love how low it sits, and I love the one thing. So the one I have now, since Crump and I toggle back between the two, is the JM4 Tactical, which is it's similar in just the idea of it being held low, but the problem is that, and I love the company, it's great. The problem is that when it comes to reholstering, you can't, and no matter what, there's always a speed difference between leather and Kydex. When I have that Kydex rig on me, the North Coast Tactical tuck holster, bro, speed is like, pew, like you're super quick on the reholster. You can wear it in sweats, and I wear it in dress clothes. I wear it, with a gun belt, with no gun belt, like in any condition. And you know what? Because if you guys saw some of the pictures, you'll see that I've lost a little bit of weight too, because I'm trying to, get real tight in shape for all the SAR USA girls. And I slimmed up a little bit, but I'm still gonna carry that shit low. You know what I'm saying? Get low.
Yeah.
Like
I don't care how much I lose, dude. I will definitely be carrying mine low because it's just more comfortable that way.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And I know how to draw with it. Like once you learn how to draw with it, like it's just like, why wasn't I doing this all along? But yeah, so the tuck holster is definitely a way to go even if you're losing weight. Like it's able to adjust, which is really cool.
And if you guys are looking for a way to support 76 Tuesday podcast, Black Diamond Guns and Gear, make sure go show them some love. Go to North Coast Tactical. Because a lot of people were ordering these like super crazy custom holsters.
Yeah.
And then they'd be like, why are they taking so long? So they made which like it's a custom holster. And not just custom Kydex, like custom Kydex, custom Cordura wrap for a custom gun with a custom light with a custom. So what they did is they made quick ship options. So now like there are like these holsters exist and are chilling on the shelf. And like Kurt 24 got his one of our viewers in 3 days, right? Which is nuts. Flying Rich.
I mean, the quick ship's the way to go. If you don't want the leather wrap and you don't want the Cordura wrap and all that stuff black, and you just want black Kydex, quick ships are the way to go. And usually we have over 20 different options up there. So there's, your pistol that's up there, because we did it off of the pistols that people usually carry. So more than likely your pistol's up there.
Yeah.
So if you want, unless you got something like a Stoger 9 or something, something that's off the
Platypus.
wall that not a platypus, not a lot of people's carrying.
Yeah.
A little bit different story. That might be a custom job, but quick ships are up there. Those are the way to go, in my opinion. They get to you a lot faster than custom holsters.
Yeah, and it's like you still have like the 19 with a red dot and a TLR7 sub, TLR7 or TLR1HL or a 43X or 365 there's so many than like just what you guys are probably.
Yeah, there's Smith & Wesson options up there. There's G3. I think the G3 is actually going to be added this week, so that's pretty cool.
Nice.
So there's a bunch of stuff up there in just black. But I got one of the Cadora wrapped ones right here. Like, it's pretty cool to have this Cadora woodland fabric with the the orange the orange in the middle. Like, that's pretty sweet. The cool thing about these holsters too is you can always use the concealment wing on the front if you lose a little bit of weight and you want to put it behind your belt. That's got a concealment wing on there, and it always is going to have the area where you can put a wedge on the back of it if you want it to lean back in a little bit to you.
Yeah.
But man, custom holsters take a little bit of time, and if you want one of these, it's going to take a little bit longer. If you want something that's just Kydex, be a little bit quicker.
Yep. Yeah, I think personally, it's worth the wait. But like, if time is is an issue, you don't want to wait a long time. Your gun is likely on there. If your gun is a popular gun with a popular light, and all of your holsters are cut for red dots too, right?
Absolutely, yeah, they're all cut for
Yeah, so that's awesome. Flying Rich, I didn't forget about you. Thank you for the super chat. He says, did everyone see, like Charlie, my IV8888 behind the scenes video? Most of you probably did. So what he did, because one day at an event, I think it was, I don't know, SHOT Show, or no, it was the Oaks, Pennsylvania gun show. We all met out there. We all went there in person. It was around Christmas time, so I put on, like, I was in like basically full kit. Well, I had a plate carrier on, and I took these. Actually, they're right here. I got these Christmas lights that are portable, right?
Nice.
So they, you can have them like flash, like red and green. I literally webbed 2 sets of these through all the Molly all over. So I was walking
I think I seen
around.
a picture, or I seen a video of you with those on.
You probably did. It was a big hit in Christmas time, walking around with your whole plate carrier, glowing red and green Christmas lights at Christmas time. It was great. But anyway, during that event, Rich fell asleep. And when Flying Rich sleeps, Flying Rich, like a lot of us do, snores. And, Crump and everyone was like, oh, we should get a video. No, we don't want to do that too. Well, I did get a video. And he was like, I mean, it was pretty intense, right? And I didn't publish it, but on a live stream one night, being funny, I showed it like that, right? Well, I guess he took offense to that, because now, like a year and a half, maybe even more later, his behind the scenes video was him saying like, hey, it's me, Flying Rich, with Joe Shooting Gallery, and we want to show you guys some behind the scenes of IV8888 range day. And they go in the house.
Oh, I've seen that.
While I'm sleeping. Okay, you saw it? And they literally showed me, like, with my shoulder rig taken off, draped to the side of me, like laid out, sleeping, snoring. But I also was sick, and I am kind of sick, and I couldn't breathe through my nose, y'all. Like, I couldn't. So, and for anyone that was talking,
Joe showed me it. I didn't see it online or anything like that, but Joe showed me it in his phone. So.
Smash time. It was great to meet you in person too, brother. Yeah, next time definitely we got to get together and hang out a little bit more. They're just giving me shit. Does anyone
next time when y'all go to IV88, does anyone carry a silencer attached? No, I don't.
No. What were we saying?
But next time we go to IV88, man, you definitely have to eat at this place called J. Peters. They got some really awesome food. Yeah. And they got a patio out back to where you can kind of fit everybody you can take with you out there. So it's pretty nice.
J. Peters. Is that owned by what's that dude? Gabe?
I don't know.
Itches?
What?
Gabe. Mr. Gabe Itches.
Gabe Itches.
Dude, okay, there was this meme, and it was like Garand Thumb, administrative result, or admin, whatever, admin, and Micah,
Yeah.
and whatever, and they're sitting around a phone, and they're like looking at it like whatever, and it says, "Me and the boys when we call the ATF and ask if Mr. Gabe Itches work there." They're like, Gabe Bitches work there, So, Low Crow, sorry, I'm all over the place. So, there is a way that you can carry with a can. There's several ways, but one of the ways that you can, if you're into spending lots of money, Cry Precision makes this super fancy holster that works on your belt. It works in Molly. It works in your mom's box. It will pretty much work everywhere. What it is a unit that you can put for a standard like OEM frame Glock. You can put a Glock with a light, a red dot, a suppressor. You could have a D-ball on that shit, and it doesn't matter. When it's on your waistband, you flick it, right? And then you roll the gun out, and you can literally carry a Glock on your kit with a can. The problem is that there are some legality things with that, with carrying NFA items in the loaded ready configuration, depending on stuff. I don't know. But also, try to put like a 19-inch setup on your plate carrier and walk around with it and tell me if it's comfortable. It's not the jam. It's not the jam.
Dang.
Why that lives in a box.
Oh, cool. Mr. Big Kid said he just released his IV88 range day video. And he always does like very cinematic stuff, dude. Like I like his the way he what he does his films and videos and stuff.
Yeah,
films. I don't guess they're not films. I guess they're just videos. But you know what I'm saying.
Was it Johnny B, the one that yelled freedom?
Yeah, yeah.
I heard somebody yell freedom, but I couldn't tell who it came from.
I thought everybody was going to shoot after he did that too, and nobody did, which was very surprising.
Low Crow, I'm just messing around. I haven't been in my mom's box in quite some time. Sorry, I'm just being silly.
It's been about 37 years for me.
Yeah, I did, right. I did not hear the freedom scream. That's it's got to be invigorating. I'll have to go watch, and everyone here should go watch after the stream. Of course, should go watch Mr. Big Kid's video. And if you don't subscribe to Black Diamond Guns and Gear, 76Tuesday podcast, Mr. Big Kid, Smash Time, and then there's other people like Flying Rich, John Crump. Just go, do the thing,
Yeah,
show them some
that's
love.
how we all get it out there. But guys, we're going to cut it short. We're going to get out of here. Usually we're only about an hour or so you got a little bit extra time with us today.
Yeah, man, I loved it.
Yeah, well, we put out a podcast every single Tuesday, 76Tuesday. That's the reason why it's called 76Tuesday. Every single Tuesday on every podcast platform you can think of. I want to say thank you to our sponsors, 4 Patriots Food, or just 4 Patriots. And basically, the tuck holster is our baby. So you can go check it out at northcoasttactical.com. And you can also check out US Law Shield and use our promo code BDGG. That helps out the channel a lot. And we have a lot of merch at ballisticink.com. You can go there and check it out. We're going to be adding some more shirts and stuff here soon. So go check it out at ballisticink.com. You can look for our Patriot partner thing, which is just called BDGG. And go check it out. And we want to thank DLD After Dark for having us on his channel also, because we're kind of doing the swap and the cross streams, which is really cool. I've never done it before. Yeah. I think it's pretty neat. Yeah. Also, we don't ever do a live chat ever either. So I think it's really cool to see everybody in here. And I want to thank you all for coming on and checking us out. That's awesome. Hopefully, maybe we can do this more often. Maybe we should do it once a month or something like that.
Yeah,
I'd be down to cross stream and do that every month. I think it'd be awesome because we, like I said, definitely don't do it enough.
I would cross streams with you any day, Josh. And I appreciate it. And thank you. Yeah, all you guys out of battery. Great to meet you out there as well. Appreciate it. Mr. Big Kid. Mr. Big Kid, I've looked up to you for a long time. You, the Black Diamond Guns and Gear guys, I look up to you guys a lot, man. You guys, help encourage me to, keep pushing on and doing my thing on YouTube. So thank you guys. And as far as my channel, DLD, if you guys do want to support the channel, look in the description. There's some links. There's also I have another company called DLD Hardware, which is gun building related. And usually I go live every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday around 10 p.m. Eastern. And yeah, I'd love to have you guys back on the show. It was a blast.
Yeah.
And yeah, thank you all you guys for coming and hanging out.
Also, guys, we didn't do the voicemail and stuff today because, like I said, we normally do that on the show. But basically, if you want to send us a voicemail, the number's out there, or a text. We like voicemails better because we like to play them and hear y'all's voice. So send us something if you want to talk to us. If not, I guess we'll catch you in a chat later on. But if you want to send one, we do that every single Tuesday. So if you want to get down there, and it's 615-567-3331. We like to hear what y'all have to say. Thank you all for doing this. I really appreciate the swapping back and forth. And hopefully we're going to be back to our regular schedule and have podcasts out every single Tuesday. Since now that I've got the surgery out of the way and we're done with all that, I'll probably be trying to make it out there and post regularly.
Awesome. So guys, make sure you go subscribe to all their channels and show them some love. All right. I appreciate you guys coming in, and that's it. We're gonna wrap it up. Anything else? Any other words of wisdom?
That's all I got. Brandon, anything? We forget Brandon's here. You don't ever talk.
Yeah, Brandon.
Hey,
you just be lovely sometimes.
I just bought a webcam.
Oh,
So,
there you go.
really?
So we can see you next time.
Good. Anything
so we can see you not talk next time.
Yes.
I feel weird talking and not you guys were having such a good conversation. I was just over here reading the chats.
I see.
I'm just a talker. That's all.
Yeah, me too. I just talk. And when you talk, your little username picture does like a little
it's like a pulse.
Yeah, so it's cool when you talk. It's cool when you talk. You know what? I usually do my little 3 rules when I close out. Is it okay if I do that?
Yeah,
go ahead.
Am I closing? Okay. So, guys, thank you all for coming and hanging out. Make sure you guys support Black Diamond Guns and Gear and also the 76Tuesday podcast. And thank you all, guys. It was great to see you guys, meet you guys in person. This is our first time meeting in person. No, we've met in person before.
I don't think so. Yeah, I think we met before. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. But yeah, definitely director's cut.
It's so weird though because we do so much that I feel like we've been around each other forever. So
yeah, it's like we're already besties, like before we met each other. But yeah, make sure you show them some love, subscribe to their channel, engage with them, watch their stuff, comment, and all that. But in closing, guys, I'm going to close with my rules that I typically do, which is rule number 1 is to be kind. It's so important that we're kind in everything that we do. That brief little interaction that you have with somebody else can have a massive impact on their life. So just be kind. Rule number 2 is to live a life of care, compassion, contribution, give to others. When you bless others, you become blessed. The hand that's open to give is open to receive. Rule number 3, because we know the only way for us to defeat evil is with good men skilled in violence, make sure that you're becoming as highly skilled in violence as you possibly can be, and be safe, be dangerous, and keep that thing on you.
Also want to say this too. Did you cut it yet? No. Okay.
Yeah.
If I don't know what y'all believe in, but I feel like I have to say this.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care who you believe in or whatever. I'm just letting you know what I have to tell you. If you're not right with Jesus, get that way, because I think that the end is coming. And I don't have any dreams or any kind of things tell me that it's happening. All I can do is read the Bible and see the end prophecies are actually happening, and it's getting closer and closer. So if you don't know Jesus as your personal Lord and Savior, I'd get with it, guys. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, excellent point. Get right with God. Yep. And you got some amens. Amen, brother. Amen. Oh yeah, appreciate you guys. Thank you all again, and we'll catch y'all on the flip side. See y'all soon. Peace.
Yep.